Says I'm live. Says I'm live. Guys. You see my thumbnail? All I'm saying is you better watch your back. You better watch your back. Better watch it. All right. Been wanting to do this for a little while. Wanted to be halfway intelligible. As I said, some things that might not be very popular. Might be a little hard to swallow. It's a tough topic. Just glance at the screen every now and then, make sure I'm still alive over here. So here's the deal. Here's what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. We know, we can be very confident that there are entities at work that are consistently trying to deconstruct our security in believing in history, in believing in the written word. This is not a new fear. This is not a new reality. Folks have been trying to deconstruct or destroy history for literally thousands of years. You think about the wars that took place. You know how many libraries were destroyed in different raids and wars, and they burned libraries. Why would they do such a thing? Well, because they were trying to destroy their culture. They were trying to destroy all this different. There wasn't a general love for knowledge and learning, which could be a pretty big problem, if you ask me. So when we have that being said, when we have things that have stood the test of time beyond all hope, hope's maybe the wrong word, beyond all reason, beyond all statistics, it doesn't even make sense that something has survived the way that it has. Compare the number of writings that have survived of Plato or Socrates compared to the writings of the Bible, for instance. It's pretty miraculous. Anyway, this is going to be the weak. I'm going to go ahead and provide you with the weak element of my argument. Okay, the weak element of my argument is this. Well, then how can you trust anyone? Okay, so that is what. How can you trust that anybody's telling the truth? That's the weak point of my argument. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that those people that you see on video claiming that we don't have the technology to go back to the moon, liars. The people that are saying the Van Allen belt is a deadly entity to travel, liars. The people that said that we lost and or destroyed or taped over the tapes, liars. I'll explain why. 12 men walked on the moon at least. Okay. Why would there be a new story opposing that? There's a couple of reasons why. Let me see if I can come up with some really great examples as to other attempts to destroy history. Well, yes, of course. The Holocaust. So how long did it take before people were doubting even the number related to the Holocaust? How soon after were people questioning the occurrence of the Holocaust. All right, so there is a common theme. There are people that completely, wholeheartedly believe that 9/11 never happened at all. No planes hit any buildings. That's what some people believe. There are people that say that Sandy Hook didn't happen at all. No children died. That's what they believe. People believe this. I seen it. Okay, I didn't see Sandy Hook. But you don't have to see everything to know whether or not it's true or not. There is a reason why there are people bringing up doubt regarding these things. There is a very strategic reason why someone or someones want you to doubt everything. It has to do with the most popular narrative of 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. This is a recurring theme. We hear it almost every day. Here's the phrase, fake news. Fake news. Okay. Fake news. Now, what purpose does fake news do? Well, isn't it just about them trying to get viewers and make money? Isn't that all fake news is really about? Is just, hey, watch us, we say what you like to hear, and sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not, so at least we're making money? Isn't that all it's about? Is that the motivating factor for fake news? No, there's a bigger agenda behind fake news, guys. It's a bigger agenda. There's a bigger agenda behind doubt. It is a slippery slope. Well, that's a slippery slope fallacy. Whatever. Call it what you want. I want you to seriously consider this. Okay, I want you to seriously consider that there is a power that is motivating individuals to lie, to cause systemic doubt, and I mean that phrase very, did you see? I did the wave, and guess what? He did the wave back, and if a certain someone is watching this, and anybody that knows his material, he knows that I'm not going to follow this guy down the road for the next 6 hours. All right, so, all right. I'm so dead serious when I say this, guys. It's all part of a bigger plan to plant seeds of doubt in our mind, to get us, even the movie The Matrix, and any other, all this stuff, guys, even the movies like Inception, okay, it all is planting seeds of doubt in people's mind so that they can't have, what's the F word? What's that word? Faith. Faith, guys. They don't want you to have faith. And I'm not talking about faith in the moon landing. That's not relevant. That's why I called it a psyop. Not the moon landing itself, but the hoax. It's all part of a big plan to plant seeds of doubt. Well, there's certain elements, guys, of the it's just not possible. How do you? Why haven't we gone back? That is an actually good question. Why have we not gone back? What are the questions that are intrinsically unbiased. Well, asking about the Van Allen belt, that's not intrinsically unbiased. We don't know everything that we can't. What we know about it may or may not involve trustworthy or untrustworthy individuals. That's all I'm saying. And when you ask the question, well, why haven't we been back? That's not inhibited by conflicting authorities. That's a valid question, and they can only speculate. So here's one speculation. There are powers that are preventing it from happening to perpetuate potential doubt narrative, systemic doubt. That's just a potential. I tell you guys, if you could just only see, gosh, I don't want to touch the camera, but look at the ocean sometime and the sun shining on it. The earth is round. It is so blatant. So blatant. And again, there's my other example. I'm glad I remembered. Thanks to the sun and the sun shining on the water and its curved method. Everywhere is the same on the entire planet. It's all bent in a perfectly consistent pattern. Water's the best indicator. Anyway, flat Earth, guys, that's another psyop to get you to doubt everything, to get you to doubt reality. Why? Well, because when you doubt your reality, you become a sodomite. Yes, doubting. When you abandon faith, guys, sodomy is the only answer. I'm going to reference the utopian mouse experiment. That's what it leads to, guys. That's what it leads to. If you don't have purpose, if you don't have meaning, okay? Here's my point. Here's my point. I have lots of points. This is an important thing to point out. If you're going to talk about how we should not trust the people that say that we went to the moon, you're going to say that we should not trust that. That's all lies. It's all lies. It's a big, huge cover-up, the biggest cover-up of all time, possibly, potentially, okay? If you're going to say don't trust them, then why trust the scientists saying we can't go to the moon? Why trust the guys that are saying that the tapes were written over? Why trust anybody that's even doubting that that happened? Why trust that? Why is there any validity to any of that? Well, because they're presenting a lot of great arguments. Yeah, just like the flat earth people present a lot of great arguments that are all very easily, completely deconstructible. Just like that. Well, no, because there's certain like... No, there isn't. No. It's all part of a huge, huge operation. We'll call it an Operation Doubt. Operation Doubt. Okay? Well then, oh fine, okay, you're probably not saying fine, I get it, but let's pretend. Well fine, what do I do? What am I supposed to do about this? What are you supposed to do about this? It is better to put trust in God than to put trust in man. That's in Psalm 118:8 or 119:8? 119:7? 119:8? 118:7? It's either verse 7 or verse 8 of chapters 8, 118 or 119. Sorry. Not perfect. Not perfect. I'm not perfect. But you'll find it. There's 2 verses that say almost a similar thing. It's better to trust in God than to put trust in princes. Who are princes? Interesting. And then it's better to trust in God than put trust in man. That's it. And then go to the end of the book of Ecclesiastes. Read the whole thing. Ecclesiastes is going to make your day either the best day of your life or the worst day of your life, depending on where your heart is. For real, for real. Go to the end. It's the most important chapter in the Bible, probably close to it. Close to one of the most important chapters in the Bible is the last chapter of Ecclesiastes. Really the last several verses. It's extremely significant. I'm telling you. Go read it. You're like, no, what? A book called Ecclesiastes. Yeah, Kohelet. In Hebrew, Kohelet. The preacher. It's really, really good stuff. All right, moving on. Don't move on though. Read that. Stop the video even. Unless you're like doing something. That I don't know what is more important, but sometimes you're just stuck at doing something else. All right. Well, psyop. Well, what's the purpose of all this doubt? Guys, are you asking that question? Serious? You're asking that question in seriousness. Why would there be a power that wants us to doubt everything? Who cares more about sodomy than anyone ever? The devil, guys. The devil. Okay, the devil. Satan. Lucifer. Obviously. Okay? It is a relatively binary thing. Either we went or we didn't go. Okay? Either we went or we didn't go. I don't trust the people saying. And by the people, I mean the scientists, the doubt spreaders and stuff. I don't trust them. I read their examples. I see what they're saying. I don't think that they're being honest. I really think that it's all part of a big plan to spread seeds of doubt, to cause mistrust. And it's not just the moon. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not just the moon. It's all over the place. Everywhere. You can't trust the government. Like, that's the theme. You can't trust anything. Well, the Bible says that too. It's better to put trust in God than to put trust in man. So, if that is the case, and it is, what do we do? Well, obviously, better put trust God. Put trust in God. That's what it says. I don't get it. Why is this difficult? Well, guys, let me tell you. Well, what do we do about things like, what if I want to go to the moon? What then? Try it. If you have the means, or you know somebody that has the means, try it. And you'll find out. Write lots of letters, document it, all that stuff, okay? And find out what happens. Do you get buried in red tape? Do you get gagged? Gag order? Do you get witness relocation programmed? What happens? I don't know. I'm not claiming to know. what happens. But I am saying that there is a very pervasive theme of not trusting. The government is lying to you. The government's lying to itself. There are shadow organizations. There's an oligarchy. Mistrust. Fake news. Mistrust. You can't trust anyone. You can't trust anything. And that wouldn't be such a prevalent theme in our reality if it weren't for there being people worth trusting. And I'm not saying on a spiritual level like what the Bible's talking about when it says better put trust in God than to put trust in man. I'm just saying that community and being able to work through issues and all these different things, this is part of community is part of how and who we've been created to be. We are not created to be alone. We are not created to be broken. We know about the whole cord of three. How if you have a string, you can just break it, but if you have bunches of them twisted together, it becomes very, very strong. The same thing's true with community. But there's a fragmentation taking place, and there's probably a few bears that know about this because of the Mimetic Tribes 2.0. Excellent article written. Showed up on medium.com, I believe it was. It's called the Mimetic Tribes 2.0 and the Culture War. Or Mimetic Tribes and the Culture War 2.0. I'm probably messing up the title. Moving on. Point is, there's a fragmentation of society, guys. It's more I don't know how far back that was. I apologize. There's a fragmentation in society. It's destroying people's ability and opportunity to trust each other, to rely on each other, to grow with each other. You know what else it does? This just occurred to me. When you doubt, and I'm not saying believe all scientists. Obviously, that's a terrible idea. They are liars. Not all of them. Science itself, we know, is not intrinsically evil. There are plenty of selfishly motivated people that find ways to distort it for their own gain. I get it. This just occurred to me too. This is the dangerous, probably the most dangerous and regular defiance of God, and that is autonomy. Autonomy. I've talked about it before. Auto, we know, means self. Nomi, law. Self-law. A law unto oneself. That's what autonomy means. It means that you have a law unto yourself. Well, what's wrong with that? Everything is wrong with that. God gave law. God is law. I've talked about it before when I go NRK and halagos proston theon, and I go, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. That's Jesus. Okay? Jesus is the Logos, and the Logos is the Torah. The Torah is the law. Jesus is the law in human form. He is. It's overwhelming. Okay? It really is overwhelming. So, my friends, being a law unto yourself is exactly that phrase. Do as thou wilt. Good old, not good old, satanic getting pineapples up certain orifices and burning in the eternal fire. Aleister Crowley got exactly what he wanted, but he didn't know. He didn't know. You know, once you're there, you got what you thought you wanted. It changes. You're like, oh, I have made a terrible mistake. Anyway, yeah, don't be like that guy. Do as thou wilt. Do as you please. Don't be like that guy. Don't be like that guy. So what I'm saying, let me reconnect the dots because I do wander a little bit. What I'm saying is the moon landing as a hoax, the flat earth, the Holocaust, and any the 9/11 truthers, Sandy Hook, all of it, and whether or not people are willingly and knowingly participating in this problem, I'm not here to accuse anyone of any trickery, evil, any of that. We'll call it an accident. Okay? In some cases, it's just accidental that you're participating in this. But it is all part of the same thing. Okay? It's a psyop, potentially orchestrated as the head orchestra master, the devil. Okay? For systemic doubt. And why? Well, read the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. I beg you, read that book. Read the Bible first, but Screwtape Letters. Very important. It's a man led by God to write those words. I'm not saying that Screwtape Letters is scripture. I am saying that a godly Christian man wrote those words with excellent creativity and inspiration. Very, very good. Read it. It'll do good things for your brain. If you can, it'll lift the veil of trickery. You will feel like you have an instant upper hand on the liar. And the liar is really good at lying, guys. Really, really good at lying. He's really, really good at being convincing. Okay? It's very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. A three-pronged wheel for a bicycle. Never seen such a thing. That was very, very interesting. Anyway, I hope that this has been informational, beneficial, uplifting, edifying. I hope that I made a point. I hope that there's a takeaway. In summary, the moon landing happened. The Holocaust happened. 9/11 happened. Sandy Hook, it happened. And there is no flat earth. The earth is sphere. It's not just round. It's a sphere. Okay? And all these things that you keep hearing otherwise, are an attempt to sodomize your mind and plant seeds of doubt. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them do that to you. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Pray for God's blessings in your life. Undercover cop about to go to town back there. All right.